Let's steig, guys. We're on the Mishnah. We're on Mishnah Hey. Whoever has it in front of them, the Mishnah in Avot. We're on Mishnah Hey. Yossi ben Yochanan. We mentioned last week that there were two Tanaim. Yossi ben Yoezer is Dav. Yossi ben Yochanan is Yerushalayim. Kiblu Mehem. They were Mekabel from Antigonos Isocho, who was Mekabel from Shimon HaTzadik, right? So last week we mentioned the Mishnah that says Yossi ben Yoezer is Daomer Yi Beitcha Beit Vad L'Chachamim, right? Now we're mentioning Yossi ben Yochanan Ish Yerushalayim, his Mishnah. He also says things. What does he say? Yi Beitcha Patuach L'Rvacha. You should open up your house L'Rvacha. It should be open. L'Chol HaRuchot L'Rvacha. It should be Revach. Revach V'Atzalai Yamod LaYudim Makom Acher. It should be open to everybody. Like the bias of Avram Avinu. Avram Avinu's house. You remember Avram Avinu's house? It was open on all four sides. It was an ohel that was open on all four sides. Said anybody who needs to come in, anybody who needs anything, whatever you need, we've got it. Bezrat Hashem, come and visit. Yeah. Bezrat Hashem, hopefully you'll come and visit. After Corona, you all come to our house, Bezrat Hashem. We'll have some cake, we'll have some drink, we'll have some simcha. Bezrat Hashem. Don't forget, yeah? When you get back. All right? So that's how you have to have your house. You have to have your house like the house of Abraham Avinu. V'yu aniyim b'nei beitecha. And the aniyim should mamish be your b'nei bayis. In other words, the aniyim should come into your house and feel at home. Not just to say that they can come in, but give a person a feeling that he's chedek from the bayis. That he's mamish part of the bayis. If you give a person a feeling that he's chedek from the bayis, he wants to come more and more. And that's not only does your house have to be open, but open it so that they'll come and feel at home. And you'll give them everything, and they should feel like Bnei Bayis, like they're asking a question, and it's like the Bnei Bayis. And the Bnei Bayis, all the Bnei Bayis should give them the feeling like they're part of the house. And then it says a very strange thing. It says, V'al tarbeh sicha im ha'isha, b'ishto amru kal v'chomer b'eshet chavero. You shouldn't be marbe sicha im ha'isha. You shouldn't talk too much with a woman. And they said this about a woman, they said this even about a person's wife. You shouldn't talk too much with her. Why? Kal v'chomer b'eshet chavero. V'adai kal v'chomer in the next guy's wife. Mikan amru chachamim, this is Rebbe already speaking, right? This is what Rebbe was malaket from chachamim. This is what chachamim, Rebbe Yudan Nasi, when he's writing the Mishnah, he's writing something that comes down from chachamim in this whole din. Kozman sha'adam marbe sicha im ha'isha. As long as a person is continuing to speak and he talks a long time with a wife, with a woman, gorem ra'al la'atzmo, he causes evil to himself. Uvotel midivrei Torah, and he causes batlanas from divrei Torah. He stops learning Torah. This sofo, Yoresh Gehenim. In his end, he's going to be Yoresh Gehenim. I want to ask you guys, what's the pshat in the Mishnah, guys? Daniel, what's the pshat in the Mishnah? You heard the Mishnah, Daniel? You heard the Mishnah?
Yeah, I heard of.
So what's the pshat? What's the kesher? I want to know, what we want to discuss is, what's the kesher between the first two dinim of Yi Beitcha Patuach L'Rvacha, V'yu Aniyim B'nei Beitecha, V'al Tarbeh Sicha im ha'isha? What's it got to do one with another? Al Tarbeh Sicha im ha'isha should be in a different Mishnah. Daniel, you learned with Rav Nevensal, with Rav Chizkiah. You should know these things. So tell us a chiddush. What's the pshat? What's the kesher between these two things, and this one thing? Anybody know? You understand the kasha? It's a big kasha. What's the pshat in the Mishnah? It doesn't make sense. I understand. So you want to do chesed. You want to do chesed? Do chesed. Right? The Mishnah says, do chesed. You got to do chesed. Bring in everybody. Bring in everybody. Give them whatever they need. It's a big chesed, right? Then what? Then what's going to be? Then what? Then altar besicha im ha'isha. What's a shaykh one to another? Give me a break. That's not shaykh. B'ishto amru. B'chamechomer b'eshes chavero. Give us a chiddush. Yosef, give us a chiddush. What do you think? No, Chaim, what do you think? Guys, anybody, what do you think, guys? What do you think? What's the kesher between these two things?
Well, maybe.
Oh, Natan, listen to Natan. Shana Beit. We'll hear from Shana Beit.
Only one more year, it's not, but I'll try.
Yeah, but it's not just one more year. it's 18 years plus one more year. You chab. It's 19 years.
Exponential.
You got to chab. Exactly.
So
Yeah.
what I was thinking is, you might think, okay, you gotta do chesed, you gotta be a nice person, you have to talk to people, make people feel good. And saying, even though you're supposed to be a nice person, know when to take a step back. So it might be a nice thing to do to talk to someone's wife and make them feel good and like whatever, be like friendly to them. But at some point, it's too much. It is not such a normal thing.
Did you hear what Nathan said? Nathan said the biggest sod that there is in this Mishnah. That's the sod of the Mishnah. In other words, do chesed all you want, but beware. Beware, when you do chesed, you have to be very, very careful. You're not doing chesed in order to chesed with them that there should be hanky-panky in the sanctuary. You know what I'm saying? Hanky-panky in the sanctuary. You know what I'm saying? That's not the way we do things. That's not the way we do business. No hanky-panky in the sanctuary. Remember that one? We used to say it in Shir all the time, right? No hanky-panky. Why?
Well, we keep it kosher all the way.
Kosher, glad kosher, division. It says by Avram Avinu and Sarah Imenu. What does it say? What does it say? Daniel, what does it say? By Avram Avinu and Sarah Imenu. What does it say about them?
That they're the they do chesed. They do a lot of chesed.
Wait, look at him. He's driving. What does it say about Avram Avinu?
They did a lot of chesed.
Yeah, but how did he do chesed? It says that Avram Avinu was being megayer the Anashim.
Ron, his tent was open from four sides.
He would stand outside.
True, but he did it in a special way. What?
He would stand outside and.
No. He also stand outside, but he would deal with the men, and Sarah Imenu was dealing with the women. That's how it was. There was no hanky panky in the sanctuary. None of that stuff, right? It's all clean. The women were being dealt with by Sarah Imenu, and the men were being dealt with by Avram Avinu. That's how it should be. What's pshat? You know, the mix, the royal mix. You know, will mix up everybody. This is liberals. This is all liberals. Liberalism is very beautiful, but it looks beautiful, but in the inside, it's all mushchat. You know, they're going to ruin the whole of America. They're going to ruin. But this is the ikr of the Mishnah that we have to realize. That just because we're coming into a person's house, we don't have to be marbe sicha ma'isha. You say hello, you say thank you, but don't be marbe. There are people that love to be marbe sicha ma'isha. It doesn't say not to speak to your wife. Chas v'shalom. You have to speak to your wife. I thought you have to speak to your wife. That's not what it's about. It's about not being marbe sicha. Not looking for the sicha, and telling more lashon haras. You know, when a husband and wife get together, sometimes you just want to talk about what's happening outside. You want to feel that somebody cares about you a little bit. So you say lashon hara about this one, lashon hara about this one. Be careful, beware. What Nathan is saying is 100%. It says here, it brings down here. I want to read to you this unbelievable Gemara. There's a Gemara in Bab Basra. Rabbi Yitzchak says, a person gives money to an ani, right? You give money to a poor person. You see a poor person outside, you give money to him, you get a bracha. 6 brachas come to you, 6 brachas. But a person that talks to him and makes him feel good and makes him feel like a real mensch and uplifts his soul, what does he get? 11 brachot. That doesn't mean you shouldn't give him money. You should also give him money and also talk to him. You have to be mfayes and bidvarim. It's Gemara in Bab Basra. Hanoten prutal la'ani mitbrech b'shesh brachot dichtiv alo peros la'ra'ev lachmecha v'aniyim rudim tavi bayit ki tir'ei rom uchsito, right? Umibsarcha lo titalem. Then the pasuk says, as yibaka kashachar orecha. You're giving him money. As yibaka kashachar orecha, you're going to get light. Baruchatcha meirat hatzmiach. Vehalach lefanacha tzidkecha. You're going to get tzedek in front of you. Kvod Hashem yaspecha az tikreva Hashem ne'anet tishava veyomer hineni. Right. So this pasuk comes from Yeshayahu. Yeshayahu Nunchet. It says this pasuk, and then it says these 6 things are going to happen to you. So Bidvarim is in the pasuk Yud and Yud Beit. It says there what you're going to do to an ani, and when you talk to him, all of a sudden, you get 11 brachot. 11 brachot. What are 11 brachot? These 11 brachot are also written in the pasuk, the next pasuk. Va'amar Rabbi Yitzchak, Mai dichtiv rodev tzedakah v'chesed yimtzah chayim tzedakah v'kavod. A person that's running after tzedakah, v'chesed, he'll find chayim tzedakah v'kavod. He'll find life, tzedakah and kavod. What do you mean? Mishum deradef tzedakah yimtzah tzedakah. Because a person is rodef tzedakah, so he's going to find tzedakah. What is that, right? So what is it? So it says, Kol harodef achar tzedakah, a person runs after tzedakah. Hakadosh Baruch Hu mamtzi lo ma'ot v'oseh b'hen tzedakah. A person that runs after tzedakah, Hakadosh Baruch Hu gives him money to do more tzedakah. Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak amar, Hakadosh Baruch Hu mamtzi lo bnei adam hamulganim la'asot lehem tzedakah. And Rabbi Nachman bar Yitzchak says, Hakadosh Baruch Hu gives him people that are hagun to do for them tzedakah. La'asot lehem tzedakah kedei lekabel aleim scharo, so he can get sachar. Now listen to this. This is the ikr. The Gemara says there, V'zo she'ela sha'ala Tornus Harasha, he asked Rabbi Akiva, Im Elohechem ohev aniyim, if your God loves aniyim, mipnei ma eino mefarnasam, why doesn't he give them parnasa? It's a great question, no? What do you say, guys? HaKadosh Baruch Hu loves aniyim, he should give them tzedakah. Yeah, that.
Give to them.
I have a different question.
He wants us to give to them, Rav.
Atazeh, that's what the Gemara says. That's what the Gemara says exactly. Amarle, Kadesh nitzol anu bahen midina shel Gehenna. So we should give them, and we should be saved from the din of Gehenna. Through the tzedakah, you're saved from the din of Gehenna. And that's the kesher to the end of the Mishnah, right?
I have a different question.
One second. That's the kesher from the beginning of the Mishnah to the end of the Mishnah. What does the end of the Mishnah says? Say, V'sofo yoresh Gehenna. If you do this tzedakah and everything, and then you do hanky-panky, right? What's going to be with the hanky-panky? It's going to bring you to Gehenna. Don't do hanky-panky. Just do the first part of the Mishnah, and then do what's right. You give tzedakah, and you need soul from din of Gehenna. Hear what's happening? What's happening with your ear? Yonatan, you got pain in your ear again? You got pain?
A little bit.
Yeah. I'm sorry I'm not there to help you. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Hashem, you'll be back soon. Yeah, Lobel, you want to ask a question? You want to say a Torah here? Yeah.
So my question is that why only if a person gives, meaning there'll be a lot of people who will give tzedakah because they want to be ashirim.
They want to what?
They want to be rich guys, and then they're not going to give.
It's mutter. It's completely mutter. It's mutter to be bochen HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Daniel, where'd you go, Daniel, Arshad?
Rav, I'm here.
You can't leave me. You can't leave me.
I'm listening all the way.
Face, I need your face. Anyway, Lobel, the pshat is like this, that you're allowed to be bochen HaKadosh Baruch Hu. I don't know if you know this, guys. This is one mitzvah that you're allowed to give a test of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. You're allowed to test them out. You give tzedakah, and you're allowed to test them out if the bracha comes. You're allowed to test them out. It's crazy stuff, but that's the din. That's what's written in the Navi. That you're allowed to test me out for tzedakah. In one mitzvah, you're allowed to test me. And you go and test him, the more tzedakah you give, the more richer you'll get. The richer you'll get, you give even more tzedakah, you'll get even richer. You'll see.
Well, so this is like the opposite of what we said the other day.
What do you mean? What did we say the other day? What did we say, Chaim?
That you shouldn't do a mitzvah for the schar.
Avadai not. Avadai. You shouldn't do it. You shouldn't do it here or for the Sachar either. But if you want to test HaKadosh Baruch Hu, if he's there, if he's really with you, if he's really part of it, you can test him in this. You shouldn't do it for this, but you're allowed to test him for this. Do you ever hear this? It's unbelievable. No, Yonason, isn't that unbelievable? You should be dancing now. I don't understand why you're not dancing. You're just sitting there. Why aren't you dancing? You guys are still dead. You can't be dead like this, guys. You have to be alive. Yosef, get up and dance, or stickle, you know?
Well,
what do you say?
For what we just said about like chesed and not talking to a woman, So would like having company on Shabbos potentially be an issue?
It is an issue, but cut it short. You don't have to talk to a woman like outwardly more and more. You know what I'm saying? Your words can be less. You know what I'm saying? It should be nice. You should be nice. Don't be not nice. It's not about not being nice. It's and plus it's also what the Mishnah is talking about. Be'ikar is talking about inappropriate things with your wife. Even though a husband and wife do things together, right? Do things together, but they shouldn't talk about it. That's not things that you talk about. That's not where you go. That's not where you go. Marriage. That's not what marriage is only about. It's about much more than that. And we have to talk about appropriate things. And so too with a woman, with a woman from the outside. A woman comes in, so you're allowed to say hello, you're allowed to say thank you, you're allowed to say, be normal, but don't overspeak. Like with guys, you overspeak, right? You overspeak. You have a lot to talk about. You say whatever's on your head. When you're talking to a woman, think twice. Do you really have to say this? You follow me? That's the pshat of the Mishnah. And the pshat of the Mishnah is something very, very great. It's something very, very miyuchad. Right? And so this is what he's saying here. So I just want to learn with you something else. It says, a person chas v'shalom can come to an act of niyuf, right? Niyuf is a terrible thing. In other words, having not good relations with a woman. Rabbi Achab Rabbi Yoshi Omer, call it Sofeh ben Hashim. Anybody who looks at Hashim, his eyes are very loose. He has lots of eye candy, right? So for Bali de Avera, in the end of the day, he's going to come to an Avera. V'cholam mistakel ba'keva shel isha. Anybody who looks at the heel of a woman. Havyan lo banim sheinan muganim. He gets kids that aren't agun, that aren't proper, aren't seeking good things. Amr Rav Yosef u'rishto nida. And even in his wife that she's a nida. Amr Rabbi Shimon ben Lakish akeva diktani b'makom atinofet. Shu mechuvan k'neged hakeh. What we're talking about is looking at inappropriate things, even in your wife. Don't do things. We have to be kadosh. We have to be holy. This is the Indian of being holy. Beishat chavero shekol zman she'adam marbe sicha im ha'isha gorem ra'a la'atzmo v'tel midivrei Torah. Ketzad bizman she'adam ba lebeit hamedrash. And this is what I'm saying. A person comes from the base of medrash. V'lo yuno agim bo kavod, and they didn't give him the kavod that he thinks he deserves. Oshir erim chavero, or he had a machlokas with his friend. Al yelech v'yomar lishto. He shouldn't go and tell it over to his wife. Kach v'kach irartim chaverai, kach v'kach amar li. This is what my friend said, and this is what I said. Right? Mipnei shebozeh tatzmo. He's mevaze himself. He makes himself look low. Right? He makes himself look low in the eyes of his wife. Uvozeh chavero, and he's also mevaze his friend. He's telling lashon hara. V'ishto shaitan noheget bo kavod, and his wife that thought of him as an adam mechubad. She looks at him, omedetu misacheket alav. She starts to laugh at him. Kevan sheshama chavero amar oili. Right? His friend heard about it. Then he says, "Oi, why did I say these things?" Dvarim shebeino leveini alach v'sachan lishto. Right? She goes and tells it to the neighbor, and the neighbor gets back to the guy that it happened to. And it just becomes a very, very sad scene. It becomes a sad scene that it just goes around and around like a merry-go-round. For what? Where's it going? Where's it going? What does it do? So we have to be careful of these things. We have to be very careful of these things, right? And this is what the Mishnah is saying. Bekitzer, what we have to do is we have to be mekabel kol adam b'sever panim yafot, and we have to be mekabel him, you aniyim b'nei beitecha. You have to really open up the doors. And really opening up the doors means to have a house that's really open to everybody. Open to everybody. But be careful. Be very, very careful. Don't just leave it open and with no borders. There's borders. There are borders. There were borders in Avraham Avinu's house also. There were proper things and improper things. And he knew how to do it. And we have to be careful with these things because these things today are worse than they ever were, right? Today it's normal to talk to a woman about anything. It's completely normal today. but this isn't the way it should be. This isn't the way it should be, and we have to think about this. When we're going to nigash to do gemilas chesed or let's say kiruv. Let's say a lot of guys, you guys are going to get intensive. Why are you going to do kiruv one day? Are you allowed to do kiruv at the sacrifice of kedusha? No, you're not allowed to. So how are you allowed to do kiruv? You're allowed to do kiruv in a way that it's mutter, but be careful. You do kiruv, they can also be mekarev you. You have me. A girl can also be mekarev you. There's two sides to this coin. And a lot of people fall in this. I want you to know. And I'll tell you a story. We had a family who lived, we used to live here on Rachovka Nevel. You know Rachovka Nevel? It's up perpendicular to Rachov Chabad. If you go up to next to Chabad and you turn left, you get to Rachov HaMalach. The Kitzer, we had not friends, but they were our neighbors. They were Chabadnikim. And they were doing chasadim day and night. They had like 5 or 6 kids, Kanai Nahara, small kids, and people were walking through their day and night. And you know what I said to my wife once? Look, I'm jealous of them. Look at the gemilas chesed that they're doing. Look at what beautiful work they're doing. Then we heard that one of the guys that they brought in walked off with the guy's wife. A Chabadnik's wife. He takes the wife and walks off with her. Leaves him with all the children. Nebuch, and this is what happens. This happens. This doesn't happen just once. It happens many times. So be very careful. In other words, open up your house, but don't open up that there's no walls here. You got to be careful. This is a very, very dangerous situation. You want to be Makarev the whole world. You want to bring in. These are also aniyim. People that aren't religious. They have no inside story of Yiddishkeit or anything. They don't know what it's about, Bichlal. They never heard of God. They never heard of Shema Yisrael. It's a beautiful thing. But their minds are in different places. Their minds are in Memta Shari Tumah. They're in Mitzrayim Mamish. So what are they doing all day? As you're being Mekarev them, they're thinking of this and this and this and this and this. And he starts talking to the wife, and the wife is just being Mekarev. And he was Mekarev her, and she was Mekarev him. You follow me, guys? So what Natan said is unbelievable. What Natan is saying, everybody has to understand this. And we really have to understand this deeply because it's a real machala in this generation. A lot of people want to do a lot of chesed and a lot of good. But is it really good? And you have to measure. Sometimes what you're doing that you call good is really bad. And sometimes what you're doing bad is really, really good. You got to see. You got to measure, and you have to really open up your mind to this. Open up your heart. Don't do something that you shouldn't be doing. It's very, very dangerous, right? Because it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work well. You follow me? You really have to measure and really make it work. Okay, Bezrat Hashem. Bezrat Hashem will continue tomorrow. B'siyata Dishmaya. We'll continue the next Mishnah. Okay.